calculating. So this is a lovely topic, and the only way you can go wrong here is by kind of just being a bit silly and picking like absolutely random numbers. So there are 2 steps to this, and then we're going to practice a few questions, and you're all going to be like, lovely, please come up in my exam. So step one is make... Okay, so step 1 is make the numbers nice, and step 2 is calculate. So not too bad. I'm going to write down some examples and we'll have a go. So let's start with these 2 first. So we have estimate 57.8 times 21.2. And I didn't write you without a calculator. I really CBA to work that out. It's quite hard and it said estimate anyway. So step 1, make the numbers nice. Now, in my opinion, those numbers aren't nice. Nice is subjective, but I'm telling you this isn't nice. So 57.8. So this is the point. Be reasonably sensible. I'm going to make that 60. Like, it's kind of close enough type thing. So that would be an example of a sensible estimation for that number. And 21.2, I'm going to call 20. So as you can see, this is now so much nicer to work out than that. The way I would do it is 6 times 2 is 12, and then there are 2 zeros, so 0, 0. So that is not the accurate answer. That is an estimate, but that was so much quicker and easier than doing that. Okay, let's do the next one. So as we can see, this top numerator is exactly the same, so I'm going to do these numbers as 60 and 20 again. Divided by, and then what do we have here? 38.7. That's just 40. Having a lazy day, I'm going to call that 40. Plus 59.6, that's basically 60. So again, we already know that answer because we just worked it out, but I do 6 times 2, which is 12, and 2 zeros. Divided by 60 plus 40, that is 100. I can cancel these zeros, so we get 12 over 1, so we get our answer is 12. So now, because it said estimate, this is now really easy to get an estimated answer. It's not the correct answer compared to actually working that out. So you're just getting like kind of a ballpark. Estimate's kind of stuff you do in just daily life, really. Like you kind of make guesses. Whenever someone gives me some mental maths to do, it's 100% an estimate. So, yes. Okay, so in the last examples, as you can see, most of them I just basically rounded to the nearest 10, and that's what I'm doing for most of these. So just as like a general rule, maybe nearest 10, right round to nearest 10 with your numbers is a good idea. So this is the only thing that could be harder. Estimate the value of, so estimate the value of root 40. Now this you can't really, you don't actually know what root 40 is. I don't know. So what we're going to do is, if we think of our square numbers, we have 1 squared is 1, 2 squared is 4, 3 squared is 9, 4 squared is 16, 5 squared is 25, 6 squared is 36, 7 squared is 49. Okay, and this 40, so, is in between this 36 and this 49. So I know that root 36 is 6 and the root 49 is 7. So I know that root 40 is somewhere in between 6 and 7, but I'm doing an estimate, so I'm either going to pick 6 or I'm going to pick 7. And I can see that 40, if I do a number line, 36, 7, 8, 9, 40, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So as we can see, 40 is closer to 36, so we're going to use root 36. It's not equal to, but for our estimation, that's what we're going to use. And we're going to say that that is, as an estimate, the answer is 6. The answer isn't actually 6, it's going to be in between 6 and 7. But that's how you do, that's as hard as they can make it with the square brackets, and that's how you do that one. Okay, back to the ones we like doing. So we have 62.3 multiplied by 112.7. So again, using my kind of round to the nearest 10 situation, 62.3, I'm going to call that 60. I'm tired, we'll call it 60. Multiplied by 112.7, let's just call that 110, should we? So the way I would do this is I'd do 6 times 11, which I know is 66, because I like my 11 times tables. And then I've got 2 zeros, so I stick 2 zeros on the end. 6,600. So that was so much quicker than me working that out. Rough idea, got a little ballpark guess. So last example, just because I think we can all get the hang of this now. This one, 1,212.3. Let's call that 1,210, nearest 10 rule. Divided by 4.7, that's basically 5. And I like dividing things by 5, and I know this is going to divide by 5 because it ends in a 0 or a 5. So if I actually work that out now, the answer, what you could do is you could divide by 10. So let's do that. So if we divide by 10, we get rid of a 0. So divided by 10 means you get 121. But we didn't divide it into 10, we divided it into 5, so we're going to have more bits. So we times by 2 because we divided by 10 instead of 5, and that gives us 242. So that would be the way to divide by 5 without a calculator, or you could do long division. But you could divide by 10 and then multiply by 2, because if you divide by something smaller, you're going to get something bigger because you get more parts.